Edmonton Oilers 6, Pittsburgh Penguins 3. Welcome to the day after reaction with myself, Waz, and Dan. His debut on the day after reaction. Dan, how you doing this morning?
Well, Waz, I'm happy to be here. Happy to be here with you, my friend.
Of course, and it's perfect to have you because you were inside Rogers Place last night after an absolute enjoyable, looked like a very fun game. Give us your overall
Yeah,
thoughts.
it was a heck of a game to be at. It was the first time I've seen Sidney Crosby since I watched him play in Halifax.
That's incredible.
I am from Halifax. So yeah, 6,000 days later, I got to see him live again. That first period was a period to behold of the Pittsburgh Penguins. Very, very entertaining period for those Pittsburgh Penguin fans in attendance. They were all over us. The Oilers couldn't stop giving away the puck. And it seemed like it found its way to Yevgeny Malkin's stick every time. So frustrating first period. But I was taught when I played football that the sport is all about second half adjustments, and hockey is no different. You know, you head to the locker room, you have a minute to kind of reset, and we saw an entirely different team come out for that second half. And for the second period, after that Brian Rust goal was scored, and after Connor, of course, got taken into the goalpost there by our old friend Jeff Petrie, this team came out different in that second and third period, and you love to see that. It's frustrating that it continues to be the necessity, but that second half adjustment was a huge thing for them this game.
I think my one question for you is, since you were there, was what was your reaction inside the building when Connor McDavid went down the tunnel injured?
I was probably more upset than I usually get in those situations. I just feel like that play by Petrie was unnecessary. I don't think he was doing anything malicious there. Just taking his guy out after he had made a nice play, a nice pass across, and But for me, that's your marquee player. That's the NHL's talent, and we're showcasing him in this game. And unfortunately, he was out for an extended period of time. And in the arena it was pretty silent. It was pretty quiet. I could hear myself talk and hear myself think, and I think a lot of people were kind of just waiting for him to get up. And as soon as he got up, things changed a little bit. And then, man, oh man, when he came back onto the bench, I tweeted it because you could just hear it was during a TV stoppage, and the crowd just started to build and build and then roar when he hit the ice.
You love to hear it. You love to see it. And of course, a lot of the goal scoring did happen in the second period. That's kind of when the floodgates opened for the Oilers, especially after when Connor went down. It seemed like the Oilers knew, okay, we have to step it up a bit. Our leader's gone. Let's take it over. And they did. I'm sure they set like a franchise record of like 26 shots in one period. So
yeah.
Also Ryan McLeod getting the lone goal in the third period. Good to see him on the scoreboard as well.
Yeah, well, you made a good point there, Waz, and I think you look at the way that the Brian Rust goal went in off the back of Jack Campbell. It feels like the Oilers kind of had a switch flip, and they realized and recognized that, maybe if we shoot the puck some more, we'll get some pucks in the net. And Evander Kane led the charge that second period with 8 shots on net. The team had a total of 47 shots on the Pittsburgh Penguins, which is exactly what you want to do against the top Pittsburgh Penguins, Carolina Hurricane style teams. And 38 of those came in the second and third period. So, I mean, yeah, as a team, it's as if they figured out that shooting that rubber at the net and good things will happen. So it was exciting to see. And yeah, I mean, you saw it in the first period with the Pittsburgh Penguins. That's what they do. They shoot the puck, they shoot it often, and they shoot it from bad places because that's not where the goalie's expecting it. That's how Brian Rust goal goes in. And then the Oilers just turned it on after that.
All right, Dan, let's get your 3 takeaways of the game. What's your third takeaway to start it off?
Well, hey, my third takeaway is that we did it without Connor McDavid. We mentioned that Connor goes down with the injury by Jeff Petrie. And when he came back, I felt like he wasn't quite the same player that he was to start that game. He still had his bursts of Connor McDavid-esque moments. But for the Oilers to win a game without Connor McDavid's contributions, it's the first time he's been held pointless in back-to-back games since April the 12th, 2022. So that carries on throughout the entire playoffs and into this season, a 27-game span. It's impressive to do. The Oilers don't often do it. We don't often see ourselves in the win column without a Connor McDavid point, but that's a huge thing for this team going forward.
Your takeaway number 2.
Well, it comes right back to what we already talked about, was it's shooting makes things happen. And this team seems to have recognized it in that second and third period, that if you get pucks and rubber on the net, good things will happen. Tristan Jarry was locked in last night. He was a great goaltender. And that was a game in the past where I think this team could have been goalied, as it were,
Yes,
but
fair
didn't
enough.
happen last night. So good things happen when shooting shots.
And your final takeaway?
It's just those second half adjustments. I know
Yeah,
I talked about it already, but it
that's
is the
okay.
second half adjustments. That's what you get with this Jay Woodcroft team, and I love to see it. A team that, was outclassed, outplayed, and even outplayed into the start of that second period, and then they just turned it on emotionally and came out and started firing the puck, and then we get back into that shooting pucks makes good things happen. So that's my third takeaway.
I don't have 3 takeaways as a whole, but I think the one general one is the fact that the Oilers are finding ways to score without Connor McDavid. Like you said, it was really nice to see a plethora of different goal scorers on the scoreboard. Zach Hyman, Tyson Barrie, Evander Kane, Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, Leon Draisaitl, Ryan McLeod. A lot of people, they say the Oilers have no depth. Well, it's starting to show a bit more. Yes,
Yeah.
and the top 6 is doing their job.
Well, and you're seeing the adjustments pay off too. The movement to Kane, Draisaitl, and wow, Nugent Hopkins, was that the combination that they went with that just started to click? It's exciting when this team makes adjustments and they aren't just Draisaitl McDavid paired together again.
Exactly. So thank you for everyone tuning into the day after reaction with myself, Waz and Dan. Don't forget to head to OilersNation.com for more in-depth analysis, and don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you after St. Louis.
And one more thing for you Pens fans out there, you need to relax. Things are going to get worse for you guys before they get better. It's our time now. Thanks for coming out. Thanks for attending the game last night, and just chill out.
Can you believe they tossed a jersey?
That's outrageous to me, Waz. I didn't even see that part. I'm talking about the Penguins fans that were real upset after the game and asking us about how many cups we'd won. But yeah, to go on top of it and to have your first loss of the season be a game you try and throw a jersey on the ice.
Oh, please. They're probably bandwagon Penguins fans because Crosby was playing on 09 and the Oilers were dirt. Come on, get off the bandwagon.
There you go.